For Zamparelli on 2FM.
Yep, that's me. Good morning and a happy Monday to you. It is the 6th of March and I am the bearer of good news for you, my friends. Thank you, WhatsApp. That's all I'm going to say. Listen to this. A sneaky new WhatsApp trick lets you quietly leave WhatsApp groups without alerting everyone. I've been living for this. I needed this in my life. So the app has now introduced a feature that allows users to leave chats without the embarrassment or, causing it any drama. This is amazing. This is so, I love this news this morning because it's going to make my awkward little life so much easier. But then I was thinking, why can't we just leave a WhatsApp group if you don't want to be in it? Like, why can't we just brazenly get out of these groups? Why do we have to skulk off? Actually, we don't even skulk off. We can do that now. But before, we would just stay in the groups forever. The groups that we don't want to be in because we don't want to cause a fuss. Don't be causing a fuss. Don't be causing a fuss. I really, really feel this function was made for the Irish nation, especially because we're not great at confrontation. So, will you be availing of this function? I'm going to be flat out today. I don't know how I'm going to get a show done, Etna. I'm going to be flat out leaving groups. Apparently only the admin can see if you leave a group, but, I can live with that. So that's your good news. More good news. Panty's going to be on the show today. Yes, Panty and Dennis, after their elimination from last night, it was a shocker. Absolute shocker of a dance-off. Panty's going to be in to decompress and give us all the news on how they felt about the elimination. That is after 10, I think. Yeah, after 10. Plus, she's packing her bags. She's getting ready to make the move home to Ireland. Our Australian correspondent, who's been banging on about how good Australia is for the last year and a half, is moving home. That's right, folks. She's coming home. But she will bring us all the latest news from Australia. What is happening with the Irish Down Under, we will find out after 11. But we will have the best stories for you, my friends, all from the weekend and what's happening today in newsy bits, including the increasing trend of stay-at-home girlfriends. There's this huge trend happening at the moment. A TikTok trend is happening. It's something we need to talk about it. So Graham and Taryn are going to be in just a few. Don't go anywhere.
Text Jen 51552.
Here I go. Now I know I'm going to be called a whole bunch of dirty names for what I'm about to do. But I'm mad as hell about the way she's treating me. And I'm going to tell it. A friend of mine asked me, said, Milton, are you really going to tell it? And I said, I got to. I said, hey, mister, your wife is cheating on us. Yes, she is. I said, hey, Mr. Gentleman, your wife is cheating on us. I thought you had a good woman. I thought you had one we both could trust. Oh, yeah. Listen, she used to come to my house when she wanted to get down. But now she's doing her thing on the other side of town. Hey, mister, do you hear me? I said your wife is cheating on us. Yes, she is now. I thought you had a good woman. Thought you had one we both could trust. Listen to this. She uses my car, leave me stranded on my feet, while she and her other man rides up and down the street. Oh, Mr. Gentleman, your wife is cheating on us. She's low down and dirty. I know you thought you had yourself a good woman. Thought you had one you could trust. thought you had yourself a good woman. Thought you had one that you could trust. Here's another thing. She's got one man too many, and one of us has got to go. So before I split the scene, I'll tell her every damn thing I know. Hey, Mr. Gentleman, well, say your wife is cheating on us. Yes, she is. You know, I thought you had yourself a good woman. I thought you had one we both could trust. Just one more thing I want to say. Now she's lying to me the way she lied to you. I know it won't be long before she'll be lying to him too. Hey, mister, your wife is cheating on us. Yes, she is. I know we thought we had a good woman, but we had one we both could trust.
Jen's Newsy Bit.
Yes, you are very welcome along to Jen's Newsy Bits of a Monday, as they say. It is 9:08. And this is where we bring you the stories of the day. Well, we look through all the papers, we look through the internet, and we just bring you stories that we like. And that's how it works. Isn't that right, Graham?
That's right.
Isn't that right, Taryn?
It's a simple system,
It's a
but it
simple
works.
Like anything that's really newsy or newsworthy or really important, if we don't like it, we just go, nah.
Flick to the back page.
Yeah.
I really like this. This is over the weekend. It was Adele Coffey's article. So it's her opinion, right? It's in the Examiner. But it really grabbed my attention because she's talking about something I'm seeing more and more. And I mentioned to you, Tara, this morning. You were like, yeah, I see this on TikTok all
Yeah.
the time. So it is, right? You ready for this? Right, open your ears. It is the growing popularity of the stay-at-home girlfriend trend. Okay, so the hashtag stay at home girlfriend has more than 200 million views on TikTok. So if you're not aware of the trend, it's exactly what you might imagine. It's young women promoting their lifestyle choices of being a kept woman, so to speak. So the videos document their lives, domestic chores. They're like making their boyfriend's dinner, they're shopping, they're performing beauty procedures for their fellas on themselves. They're going to the gym as paid for by their rich boyfriends. Adele explains that obviously being financially dependent on anyone is not ideal to aspire to, but being financially dependent on a romantic partner in return for services is a huge power imbalance, she went on to say. She made the reference to Cinderella, you know, the fairy tale character is being saved from her slavery by this prince with loads of money, and she does go off to college, no, I think she's probably about 17 as well, and she goes off and lives in the big castle and lives happily ever after. Do modern women, though, want to be kept women? Are we keeping it a secret? Because that TikTok trend has 200 million views.
It's huge. Like, it's all over my For You page. But, like, my opinion is that it's mortifying. Like, I would not want to be a kept woman at all. But I was accidentally once a stay-at-home girlfriend.
Okay, that is that's similar or
Yeah.
the same.
But
What?
listen to it. So I lost my job during COVID. So my fella at the time that I was living with was working, and I wasn't. I didn't have a job. So obviously I was there all day. So I did cook, clean, but there was no financial gain for me. Like, he wasn't giving me a fiver at the end of the day.
Was he paying for all the food?
No, I paid for the food.
Okay, did he pay for the rent?
We were halves in the rent.
Okay, but you...
Because I was on PUP, I still had enough to pay my half.
I feel there's only a certain amount of nights in me to cook dinner for my family. And then I start...
How many nights a year do you think?
No, I can do probably 2 nights a week.
Okay.
Les will probably laughing his head off. He said, you haven't cooked dinner in the last bloody 3 months. But I can probably do a few before I start to get a bit, resentful
Of the food.
of the people I'm cooking for.
The guests.
I feel already there's an imbalance here. I feel I'm like, it's your turn. You know what I mean?
And Enzo's like, I'm 4.
Yeah.
And it's the typical Irish mother thing is they cook for you and then they say, and you're eating it too fast. 10 minutes to eat and 2 hours to cook.
When you were cooking for your boyfriend, how long did this go on for? Weeks, months, years?
I'd say it went on for maybe 3 months.
Okay, 3 months.
But then even when I went back to work, I still cooked for him because I love to cook anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jen, is this not different though? Because this isn't something that Taryn aspired to.
No,
it was
it just
it was
happened.
just a situation.
But I want to know how she felt.
Yeah.
How did you feel? Was there any resentment there?
There definitely was, because like he'd obviously come home and say if he was giving out about work or like his outside life, and like I hadn't seen outside the 4 walls of the prison of the apartment. You know, you would feel bad. I couldn't be healthy long term.
Okay.
Like, and definitely once I went back to work for me, like I felt much better.
Yeah. Okay. So you didn't feel mentally it was good for your
No.
self-esteem. Now, this is very different from stay-at-home moms, can I just say?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
this is
completely.
completely different. Let's just, point that out. But I think with these women who are portraying this lifestyle of the stay-at-home girlfriend, it's all really fake news because they are Instagrammers, Graham, aren't they? So they're probably making money from, their accounts and influencing and opening stuff that their boyfriends haven't bought for them. So even they know when they're hashtagging stay-at-home girlfriend, even they know that they need their running away money.
Yeah.
Well,
sock drawer.
I assume so, but I don't know. Let's just say, for instance, they're not making any money off sponsored content or anything at all. Is it not just a kind of sugar daddy situation, but the person's the same age as you? Is that not what this is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it is. But the worrying thing is that the 200 million people they're looking at this, they're liking this. Are people secretly aspiring to be stay-at-home girlfriends and being a kept woman? I mean, that's the first rule. The first thing I learned from my mother.
Yeah.
It was a stay-at-home mom. She's like, always have your running away money if you need to go, if you need to get out, just have your own money.
Yeah.
Have your own money. That was so important. And I just think it is worrying. Where do you think this all comes from, then, Graham? Where do you think this all stems from?
I don't really know, unless maybe like if they came from rich families and their parents bought them stuff, and then they got to a point where they're kind of on their own and they have to get a job and they have to start paying rent and life isn't as easy as before. Maybe they're just like, I'll just get some rich guy to pay for everything.
If your missus decided, if you moved in together and decided that she was going to leave her job
Yeah.
and was going to lean on you financially, how long would you have to sit down? Like, how long would you be willing to do that for?
It depends why she's leaving her job.
Okay.
Like if something happened and she needed to for personal reasons, or she wanted to start her own business or become a stuntman, then I would be like, yeah, 100% I'll support you.
What would you expect in return? Sexual favours you're not allowed to say, but what would you expect in return?
I don't think I'd expect anything in return for that because
would.
like,
Would you expect your dinner when you got home from work?
You
No.
would. You absolutely would.
no, because it's not a long-term thing.
That's a lie.
But would
I
you
think.
not make a thinly veiled dig like, oh, no,
you
the
don't do
oven
that
looks very
tonight.
clean. Didn't put anything in it, did you?
Yeah, did you feel obliged because you weren't working to make dinner and keep the house clean?
I definitely did, because I feel like he would have judged me when he came in. Do you know, if I was still wallowing in my own filth in the labba, like, I
Yeah.
think he would have been like,
I think that, look, each to their own, whatever you want to do yourself, that's great. If you want to live your life
Yeah.
like that, that's fine. However, I would hate if my daughter was looking at these trends going, I want to aspire to be a stay-at-home girlfriend.
Yeah, Jen, is it fine though? You're just consuming stuff. That's all your purpose is, just to consume stuff. You're not actually contributing anything to society.
is there anywhere
all.
on the CAO form to click stay at home girlfriend? But you know, I'd love to be a stay at home.
Yeah. But you do stay home during the day when you're not gigging.
Yeah, just to stay at home.
Stay at home what?
Just to stay at home.
Stay home full stop. Not to mind kids,
Yeah.
not to look after a man, just to stay at home.
Just I'm stay at home.
That's called unemployed. 51552. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Have you seen this TikTok trend? Have you viewed it? What did you think? Do we secretly want to be kept women? Let's be honest here. And listen, Graham's sitting in front of me, so he won't be ringing you. But I will read your text. Somebody just texted in saying, Jen, I feel seen with your comment about starting to feel resentful over cooking. Okay, this is taking a turn. It's a lucky dip if you get a dinner at my house anymore, as my kids are older. That's from Laura in Clondalkin. Thanks, Laura. But this stay-at-home thing, I mean, it's a fantasy. It's not a reality. It would play havoc with my self-esteem, I think. You know, your self-worth, your value.
Yeah.
And you're basically a bit of a slave, aren't you?
What happens if he leaves?
Oh,
Where are you then?
nowhere.
I'm going to say it again. As my mother said, have your running away money. Happy Monday.
Jen's Newsy Bits.
Okay, couldn't help myself there, sorry. Welcome back to Jen's Newsy Bits. This is where we bring you all the big stories of the day and we chat about what caught our attention this morning on the internet and in the papers. We were talking about Edell's Coffee article in the Irish Examiner over the weekend because she is talking about this huge millions of views on TikTok trend. It's called Stay at Home Girlfriend, and it's all these girls and women portraying this lifestyle of being stay-at-home girlfriends and, you know, being kept women. Do women secretly want to be kept? Is this just fake news? I mean, 200 million people are looking at it and liking it, so that's kind of scary. A lot of text coming in on this. Is that right, Taryn?
Yes, so one listener texted in, Jen, I'm probably what you call a stay-at-home girlfriend. I'm currently in college and I'm not working. My boyfriend is working and pays our rent. He pays for the food mostly, and aside from what I get from my grant, I don't have a huge amount of money. It doesn't impact my self-esteem too much because I feel like college is a full-time job and as stressful as working, but I do feel I have to do the majority of the housework because I study at home. I think if I wasn't doing it with the sole purpose of improving our situation in the future, it would be harder. It's not hard on my self-esteem, but it is hard on our relationship. I never accept the invitation to go out for dinner or drinks because I couldn't pay.
Okay. That's kind of different. I mean, that's being completely self-aware of your situation.
Yeah.
And there's times in relationships where there's an imbalance, financially maybe, or in careers or whatever, and if you're in it for the long term, you have to help each other. I mean, there's been times where Lau has not taken jobs and been a stay-at-home dad, so I could do a breakfast show, and vice versa. There's times where I've, taken huge amounts of time off work so he could go and do his thing. I think that's a bit different.
Yeah.
That's just timing. There's another one here that says, Jen, I'm so sad to hear that young girls would aspire to be stay-at-home girlfriends. How sad is that? I have 3 daughters and I'm a stay-at-home mother, but I make it very clear to my girls that I work in the home. My eldest is 8 and I've recently done the maths with her how much we would have to pay for childcare if I didn't stay at home. She knows that my job used to be an accountant. My job now is running our house, and my job when she's older will be an accountant again. It's so important for young men and women to have their own financial independence. My mother says, my 8-year-old wants to be CEO. Fair play to you. Yes, I mean, being a stay-at-home mom is a full-time job. It's the hardest bloody job out there. That is a completely different thing. But glamorizing being bought gifts, cooking for your partner, your fella, and going to the gym so you look good for them is really frightening.
Terrifying
Concept, okay? Speaking, can we go a bit lighter?
Yeah.
Let's go a bit lighter for a second.
Holidays, Jen.
Yeah.
Woo, we love them.
So spring has come, so we're thinking about where we're going to go during the summer if we're able to go away. And Catherine Thomas, who has 2 kids, she was saying, I'm going to go away on my own.
No. She, go away with her husband.
No. She's planning a bit of self-care, going a solo trip without the family.
Someone give her the freedom of Dublin or something.
And it sounds like the best thing ever.
Give her a big giant key that gets her into somewhere special because she deserves it.
Doesn't she?
Yeah. No, I think she's dead right.
I mean, she's a bit of a legend after the weekend. She was at an award ceremony and she was walking across the floor. I think she was coming back from the bathroom and Chase and Abby were playing. And she started to slut drop and do some kind of breakdancing. And it was a moment. It's like an iconic Irish moment. It was just
It was so good.
It was so good. It was so funny. She was deadly. And now I hear this. I mean,
It's too good.
I want to be Catherine Thomas.
Where can we sign up?
How can you go away by yourself though? Like, how does that work?
What do you mean, how does it work?
Like,
Have you never been away on your own?
never.
Why?
Never a holiday on your own.
I could never, no, because someone would always just invite themselves on my holiday. My family, first of all, and then my extended family, like brothers and sisters. And then it'd be my friends. Someone would always just come with me. Have you done lone holidays?
I've done lone holidays just for gigs.
What do you
So
mean?
I like if there was an act playing, they weren't playing in Ireland, they were playing in England or something.
Okay.
And I really wanted to go.
But you booked a flight. You didn't say to, Phil, your mate, or anybody, or
No.
anybody. You just went, look, I'm going to go by myself.
Yeah.
No girlfriend.
Nothing.
Weird.
What? That's very unlike
And
Graham.
you definitely had a girlfriend at the time.
Well, I don't know.
You did. So, when did you? How did you tell your friends and your family you're going by yourself? And did they think you were going for some kind of surgery or something?
Well, I was just
what
like,
I would've thought.
I was just like, I'm going to a gig because I go to a gig all like on my own all the time here.
Do you
So I
like
was-
music?
So I was like, I'm just going to a gig somewhere else. Now, other than that, though, anytime I've been away and I've gone away on my own, I've gone somewhere where I know I have a mate there that I'm seeing for some of it, which is kind of like a safety blanket. Whereas
Okay.
if I went away for 2 weeks to some random place and didn't know anyone at all, I think I could get a bit anxious about it.
Really?
Yeah.
I think your mammy would be very anxious for you.
And all the women of Ireland.
Very upset.
Where is the lovely
Where
Graham?
is he gone,
Where is he
Taryn?
gone?
I mean, Catherine Thomas, I think this is amazing. There
Yeah.
was a huge article recently about mothers taking those holidays for themselves, and it's not a done thing. It's not. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know any of my mother friends who have done that, who have ever even considered
And
it.
surely you come back refreshed, ready to take on the world. You know,
Yes.
like you've had time to actually for yourself.
Have you ever done it?
I've done a solo holiday. Yeah, I did 2 weeks traveling. Now, it was about 3 years ago, so I went like to San Sebastian, Biarritz, Paris, a couple of other places. Because I was going via bus, and everything was brilliant. I had such a nice, like, really relaxing time. Like, genuinely read. Like, no hangovers the whole holiday because, you know, I was by myself. Just relaxed.
Did you go out at all at night?
No, because I wouldn't be one for making friends. Like, as in on a holiday, like I wouldn't be bothered. Like, I remember, because I stayed in hostels and, like, this girl really wanted to be my friend and she kept kind of being like, oh, do you want to come to the disco and everything? And I was like, no. Like, I just wanted to be by myself. And everything was fine, and then Paris was my last stop. I had such a relaxing, nice holiday. I was reading The Country Girls, the trilogy. You know, it's huge. I'd got nearly to the end of it. And, yeah, everything was fine. I was in my last hostel, and I woke up during the night, and someone had done a poo on the floor of the hostel, like beside my bed
In Paris?
in Paris.
Wow.
Are you sure it wasn't a baguette?
I think she's pretty sure. I think she can tell the difference.
Yeah.
Can you tell the difference between baguette and shit?
I'd say vaguely, yeah.
Yeah,
You'd have
yeah.
an idea.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. See, no, did I? Oh,
That
what did you do?
did freak me out. So I went down to the reception. Then the next morning, this was during the night that the poo was there, so I just kind of went back to sleep. And then the next morning, I went down to the receptionist and I was like, "Listen, my room was really noisy. Is there any chance I could move room?" And she was like, "No, like get some earplugs." And I was like, "Right." I was like, "Well, actually, someone in the room did a poo on the floor during the night, and I don't want to stay there again tonight." So she moved me.
Other than that, did you feel scared at all?
That was the only time I felt scared, because it's like if someone
Yeah.
is so out of their mind that they'll just do a poo on the floor,
Yeah.
that God knows.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to just move away from the poo. For
Why?
a second. I just
Should we not do the whole show on it?
because I just think. Like, that's awful. It's like somebody just shat all over your holiday. You know what I mean? Like, it was going so well. You were getting to the end of your book. You've been to San Sebastian. You're traveling around. Your French was probably amazing, was it?
No.
Okay. But, you know, oh, yeah, 'cause you weren't talking to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were healthy. How do you feel? Like, were you ever anxious?
No,
by
I felt
yourself?
so refreshed, so good. Like it was an actual holiday. Because it was just a break.
And when you came home, did you feel refreshed? Were you dying to see people?
Yeah, I felt refreshed. I was dying for a good chat then at that stage.
Tell people about the shit on the floor.
Yeah, oh God, everyone heard about that. I'm surprised it's the first time I brought it up on here.
Yeah.
I've kept that one under my hat.
You have.
Yeah. Home dear.
Are you doing it again?
The shit.
Not the shit part, but the rest of it.
Oh, I would travel. I would do a holiday again on my own, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I could. I really don't think
Really?
I could. Yeah.
Where would you go if you were going to do a holiday on your own?
Oh God, I would love to go. I'd go anywhere. I mean, I'd go anywhere. I'd love to go to bloody, Tala on my own. Like, I can't even go to a supermarket on my own.
You
lads.
love alone time though, Jen. I don't get it.
I thrive being alone. I love being alone.
Or do you just love the idea of being alone and then you're like, actually, I'd love a person to be here?
No, I love being alone.
Really?
Yeah, I love being alone. But I love being alone, but I'm a bit of a scaredy cat.
Oh.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be staying in any hostels. I'd have to stay in like a 5-star hotel with loads of security. But theirs not great either. You hear
No.
stories. So I don't know where. Like, I definitely wouldn't be going camping.
No.
I would be so terrified. But the idea of like just reading and having nobody else's schedule to adhere to.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it's like when you're hungry, you go and eat. When you want to sleep, you go and sleep. You don't even have to tell anyone.
Is it really boring though, Graham?
I don't know. I kind of want to do it now.
Well,
Like,
listen to this.
I'm
Jen.
like you. I'd get anxious as well, but I
I think there's a certain period of time we could do it for.
Yeah.
Get like a
Yeah.
3-day trip would be good, wouldn't it?
Why don't we send you off together but separate?
What do you mean now?
Different hotels at the same time.
Different rooms, same. So
So just in case.
So if we got scared in the middle of the night, oh, meet me in the bar. Jen, I've recently done a weekend away on my own in a hotel in Connemara without my wife or children. I had a recent health scare and have been really trying to overhaul my health and also my mental health. My wife bought me the trip as a gift. And I went to the spa and I had dinner on my own and I went sea swimming. It was really, really lovely, but I couldn't wait to get home at the same time. I said I would do it again, but just for one night and one day. Eating dinner alone is so hard.
Oh.
Did you find that part difficult?
See, I eat dinner on my... Because when I'm traveling for comedy, I always have dinner on my own. I have dinner on my own more than I do with other people. I remember once I took someone to this restaurant, I was like, God, I've never been in here with another person. I've only ever been in here on my own.
Okay, and do you feel people look at you?
I really,
Judge you.
really don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that would be something I was like, if they were looking at me because I'm eating on my own, then that's them.
That's them.
That's a them problem.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've no problem with that. I always remember the episode of Sex and the City when she's eating on her own around Paris, and she's reading books, and it's lovely.
And there's no poo in that episode.
Oh, I think there is.
Is there?
Oh, I think she stands in dog shit in that
Okay.
episode. Yeah, you must
It's
check it out.
embarrassing.
Jen, I travelled all over South America on my own. I think the key is being open to meeting new people. If you were open to meeting new people, that turd wouldn't have landed in, on the floor. That's what happened. I never ate dinner alone because if you stay in hostels, you will find so many like-minded people and such interesting conversations. I would say it was about 10 years ago. I was fearless. I don't think I could do it now at 35.
Yeah, I don't want to meet new people now.
Oh, I don't. I know the people now. I don't want to meet any new ones.
Oh, what? Sorry, what? Don't have that attitude. You can't. Sure, I met my best pals in my 40s.
Really?
Yeah. Always meeting new people, but on holidays, it's a different
She's talking
thing.
about me.
Because,
Oh, yes.
best pals. Because on holidays, yeah, you're either want your alone time or you want to make friends. I think you're one or the other, aren't you?
Yeah, no.
I rent a villa in Ibiza, this person says, the chilled part last summer for 2 weeks. I invited friends and family to visit, but made sure there was about a day or two between visitors, so I had my own downtime too. Couldn't do extended periods of time alone, but short bursts is fab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catherine Thomas is doing a week. How did you? I want to know, how do you do it? Do you speak to the husband? Do they think you're having an affair? Then you have to get over all that, okay?
Yeah.
Do you book the flight? How do you break it to your kids? Mommy's going on holidays by herself. How do you?
We need to get her on the blower during that week.
You need to get her on the blower. Yes. Oh, yeah. She's definitely going to take a call to me on her holidays. Catherine, where are you? What are you doing? You're on some yoga retreat. Tell me what you see. Describe it to me. I'd love to hear from you, though, and your holidays abroad on your own. Oh my God, is there any parents out there that have done it? And how did you do it? I need tips. 51552 to text.
RTE Choice Music Prize.
Song of the Year nominee.
Dermot. There's a power in the feeling, a power in the sound. It's rising up from the underground.
Nobody's perfect down here on
It's a downtown thing. We're showing it around. And we're gonna turn this city upside down. Just follow the sign. Right to the 9. To the 9.95. Put your body in overdrive. 9.95. Make the motion you feel inside. 9.95. Gotta keep the thing alive. Keep it jumping, keep it pumping. Far better when you start something. It's where you stand, it's how you move, It's who you are, it's what you prove. It's why you keep the faith alive. You're 9.95. It's hot, it's wild, it ain't no job. It's 9.95. It's cool, it's bad, it's killing. It's hip, ready and willing. It's 9.95. Got to keep the faith alive. Make the 9.95. Put your body in overdrive. 9.95. Make the motion you feel inside. 9.95. Keep it jumping, keep it pumping. All better when you start something.
In Newsy Bits with Graham and Taryn to bring you the stories of the day. We are talking holidays you've experienced by yourself because Catherine Thomas is off on our hollybobs by herself, without her kids, without her husband. How is she doing it? I need to know. And we're also talking about a new trend, the stay-at-home girlfriend trend that's huge on TikTok and how dangerous that is. The perception of being a kept woman. We've one more story we want to bring to you, Taryn.
Yes, okay. So billionaire filmmaker Tyler Perry is featured in the papers this morning having paid a visit to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's Californian home. So you guys talked about Tyler on the show last week because he featured in Forbes magazine as one of the world's top 10 paid entertainers, and he famously offered several major favours to the royal couple when they moved to the US, including a house to stay in. The papers are covering his visit with Prince Harry and Meghan, describing him as on godfather duties. The filmmaker is godfather to Lilibet Diana, and it got us chatting this morning about godparents. So, like you guys, is being godparent a real responsibility, or is it just a fancy name for like a friend of the family or someone?
How many have you got? How many godchildren have you got, Graham? How many have you got?
You know,
You've got one.
one.
That'll change. I've got 3. How many have you got?
None.
Oh, Taryn, you can have one of mine.
Yeah,
Can I?
Yeah, you have one of mine.
dishing them out.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Give it a worst one.
they're all amazing.
Yeah, Graham.
Do you know what I would give you? The youngest one, because you're still kind of expected to buy stuff for them.
Yeah,
See,
when does that end? What's the age that
21.
it ends? 21.
Yeah,
And then
it's
you're
21.
done.
I cut them off. I give them a rake of cash in an envelope for 21, and then I'm like, later.
See you later.
Yeah, then you're done. Do you ever remember your aunties and uncles buying you stuff when you were 22?
Kept at home godchild.
No, Ethna. Ethna's like, yes. No, you got to cut them off.
I got a 30th present from my godmother.
That's different. The big ones, the
Yeah.
30th, that's fine.
But I get €50 every year in a card from my godmother.
That's savage.
What?
Isn't that class?
Every year.
Every year.
And she sends cash.
Cash.
My godmother still gives me a check and, a Christmas and birthday present.
Ooh.
I'm a terrible godparent.
Yeah, you are, Jen.
I'm a terrible
You need to up
godparent.
your game.
But I've so many nieces and nephews. It's unfair.
What do you mean? You only have 3 godchildren.
Yes, but I know, but then, I know. I can't just buy for the godchildren.
That's what you're meant to do, though, isn't it?
Well, the rules are unclear, Taryn.
Yeah.
They are unclear as well because my godchild, he's only a little fella. But if something happened to his parents, am I expected to bring him up?
You're expected to bring him to church.
Yeah. And to show him the way.
Show him the way of the Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what godparent. Did you go to the church and christen him, or did they have a naming ceremony?
I went to the church.
Okay, so yes, if something happens, unless you're in the will, I doubt if they're giving their kid to you. No offense.
Yeah, no, I don't think they are.
No, but isn't the
Is
rule...
that not the purpose, though?
No, the purpose of a godparent is if you look after their faith. So somebody more responsible is getting that kid if anything happens to
Okay,
those parents.
yeah, fair enough.
But you need to take him to mass and make sure he does the confirmation
And show him the way.
of the Lord.
And
the
read
word.
to him
Not
from the
of
Bible.
the rave, okay?
Yeah, Graham.
Well, why did they
Yeah,
choose
yeah.
me then?
Because you don't have any.
Mm-hmm.
You're the right age to buy stuff and you're minted from all your external gigs
Yeah.
in RTE. Is that why?
Like, is there anything Graham's not on?
No.
Let's keep this to godchildren here.
Every ad.
Yeah, every ad, every
Every
Tracy
single
Clifford
ad.
show,
Yeah.
my show, he's everywhere. It's like plastic. What are the rules for godparents, though?
What are the rules?
And should they be set out when you pick a godparent? Like, what do you expect? Lau was asked to be a godparent, and he was very excited because it was his best mate's kid. We went to the UK for the ceremony. Took Florence at the time. She was only a baby. Big ordeal, getting over there, staying with people. There was 3 other godfathers. So he was like one of 4.
No.
That's what it's big in the UK. I wonder, is it a thing
And
here?
then how many? And then 4 more godmothers.
Or 3 or something, godmothers. There's a load of godfathers.
That's hundreds of people.
That's absolute nonsense. They're just rinsing them out of it so they can buy them presents.
Absolutely.
Give me
That's
loads of
what I
cash.
said on
Yeah.
the day after a couple of gin and tonics. But I do think it is a bit ridiculous. But maybe they couldn't choose, you know?
No.
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 Because then there's that thing where it's like, oh no, they're next to be the godparent. Do we
Do you-
have to choose them?
Do you have to keep it in the family or is friends okay?
I don't know. Ours is very family oriented.
Yeah, so is mine. They're all my nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
But one of my godchildren is my friend. My friend, who me and Lau, we set them up at our wedding.
Yeah.
And they had a baby and we're their godparents, me and Lau, which is handy because it's the 2 of us.
That's nice.
It is nice, and I feel like I like it. Yeah, that she's cute. She's a cute little baby.
Yeah.
You know. so that's cute. That's good. But what is the rules? What is the rules with the godparents?
Yeah.
Am I a bit of a scab stopping at 21? I'm not.
Yes.
And like, why are we still calling it godparents?
Because you have to show them the way of the Lord.
Thank you,
Karen.
Graham.
Oh, sorry, Graham. Sorry, I
Jenny's
forgot
on the
that.
line. Jenny, put your cans on. You do. Hi, morning, Jenny.
Morning, how are things?
Good. So, you have a very decent godfather.
Oh my God, I have the most incredible godfather. And he's not that much, I mean, I say he's not that much older than me. He's 20 years older than me, but the older I get, the kind of younger he gets, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
I'm in my mid-40s. But he still gives me the most incredibly generous gift every Christmas. Like, and I'm in my mid-40s. And I have 4 children, and I know that I'm not quite where he is, but yeah, he is an absolute gem. And I like, honestly, he's the deadliest person anyway. Like, we've great chat. He is amazing to my kids. Like, absolute jackpot when it came to Godfather.
But come here, Jenny. Is he an uncle, or is he a family
He is.
member?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's my dad's youngest brother. Yeah,
Okay.
he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Does he have children? Do you mind me asking?
He does. Yeah, he has 3 kids and a grandchild of his own. Yeah, yeah.
See, I think here,
I
Jenny,
know.
Jen is such a scab that she's trying to be like, well, are they not related? Do they not have kids?